yesterday. So, welcome to today's live trading. I'll make Brian co-host if he doesn't mind. London to New York crossover, and let's just start sharing screen. So Brian's very kindly put a scan into the group. We don't get a lot on the Swiss pairs, so it's this one here. So I think we'll just draw that. So come over to your oh, closed it down because I thought there weren't any more. Come over to your trading, to your scanner through your IM center. Strategies. Harmonics. That'll be that one. So just make sure your time zone's correct. This will be qualified because otherwise Brown wouldn't have put it in the group. So that's a minimum of 80 pips C to D leg and then 20 pips from the D point unless it's a shark, which has slightly different rules. So X is 15th of July and you need it on your local time, 10 o'clock my time. A 16th at 12:30. B 16th at 17:30. I didn't put it in the...
I'll get it for him.
Oh, thanks. C, I forgot. I meant to put it in there and I forgot. Thank you so much. So you're a star. What would I do without you? I don't know is the answer to that. 21st of the 7th at 12. So that's the points. Then come over to, did I have that one up? No, I didn't. USD, Swiss franc, here. We'll just quickly do this one, then we can move through the pairs. So 30 minutes, make sure the time frame is the same as on the scanner. And we want 15th of July at 10, which is going to be there. So take your scanner point here. Make sure you've got your magnet on. It'll be that longer wick there. 10 o'clock, 16th at 12:30 is going to be that one up there. It's always highs to lows. B 16th at 17:30. So that's going to be that one. C 17th at 3:30 is going to be that. And D 21st at 12 is going to be that. So once you've drawn it on, just come back and make sure it looks the right shape. It does. And I like to put mine all in same colors. So I'll just change mine. And I'll fade out that old one. Put it in green or purple, that's what I do. Just keep it faintly in the background. And once you've got your scan on, come and get the pitchfork. And again, just go over the points using the magnet. showing up because I had it faded. So this one I'm going to do in white. Nope, that's the old one come up. I can't see it. Look at the object tree. I must have put it on very faintly. I think I'll start again. And just it's because I had it in purple. I was fading out another scan on something very faintly. No, help if I did the right one. Pitchfork. Oh, it's gone back to purple. I'm going to stop it there because then I can see it against the pink. All right, sorry about that. There we are. And just come down to the 1 minute to finish drawing it on. And I'm going to try Brian's new system, which I've not done before. I think I did try it the other day and I couldn't get my Alt key to work. So I go Alt G.
Yeah.
And that's what I get.
Oh, do you have your caps lock turned on maybe?
No.
So you just hold, it's the key on either side of your space bar.
Whoops. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, Alt GR. Oh, that one. Just one key, not Alt. Oh, that's why. No, I'll have to sort it out another time.
I got another tip for you that'll make your life easier. Go right click on your price axis.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn on scale price chart only.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
And then,
yeah.
Well, you'll see.
Now what?
Just continue on with locking your points on.
Oh, I can't tell with that one. I put it on there. It's only the B point. That's only the A, so that doesn't matter much. Okay, nearly done. Sorry. That's there we are. Okay, so now what? Normally I'd just do that.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. All this does is, like, for example, when you switch time frames or move from chart to chart to chart, it'll keep your scaling at a normal level. You won't have to keep readjusting everything.
Oh, okay. You have to do it on each chart.
No, this should be a once thing for TradingView.
Oh, thanks. Full of useful information. You must read a lot of books.
I
Right.
don't. I got this one from somebody else. Again,
Oh,
I'm not the only one.
No, 30 pips. So nothing on that anyway, on USD. So would be wait. It's a buy scan. We're waiting for it to come up to that 0.94, the quarter theory, and it's a slow pair, quite slow. We've also got some. Have we got any news again? No, it's just been, and no, it's just coming up. My time, the CAD news. So nothing else. And nothing tomorrow. And a bank holiday Thursday. Friday, some euro. 3 lots of euro on Friday. Okay, let's start to go through some then. USD chef, nothing. This is the euro NZD. So I panicked at that point at the 20 pips because it shot down so fast. So I got out there and then it did another, and it did at least another 20. I know Connor got several of these. In fact, it's done more than that. It's done 50, it did another 32. Still, that made up because I got stopped out up here, there. And we had the confirmations. We had a 16 pip break and retest, a stall out. So I had the 16 pip break and retest. I was in on a sell candle there. As soon as I did that, it did that. And had the 62 and the pitchfork and quarter theory all perfectly lined up. So at least I managed to make 5 pips back up. So I didn't do very well on that one, but it could have been worse. And I just want to tidy this chart up. That's it. So it's right outside our scan now. See if there's another scan sitting there. I've got some scans down here in this gap. If I come to the hourly, because what we like is when the extensions take price back in and we get that nice long, there all those other scans. So let's just have a look back at previous lines of support and resistance and see what the market, if we put it on the 4 hourly or the daily, just to see where price has been. I'll come to the 4 hourly. So that's that long drop down there. So if you, oh, Bran, what do you see there on the 4 hourly?
Oh, I see a certain cartoon character head.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the bankers coming back down to mitigate this and take out. I think this is what Les said. This is why I'm going to go on some lunchtime sessions from now on a Tuesday and Wednesday. So they're taking out stop losses, clearing up the liquidity in this area, coming back down. That's that big M shape. So if we draw this blue line, you can see how much further price can go. So in that case, I can pick up some of these older scans. We've got one from the 24th of June there. And here's an area down here, but then price has picked up. Price has been down there and picked up this liquidity down here before. So if we drilled, I won't do it today because it's a different strategy, but if we drill into this candle here and look what's going on the smaller time frames, Les is brilliant at this and I'm still learning it, then you can see where the bankers want to come to pick up some money that they've left behind from before. And then this is going right back to April, earlier in the year. So price has been right up there. Okay, so we won't go, we don't need to go back. Oh, there's one down there, which is a long way back. February. And these are the ones that I would be picking up. So if price does go further down, I can pick up that D point from January. I don't know if any of you have got that. If you want it, then I don't know if Brian's got it. He might have as well. That one is Oh, why did I draw such a little one? I can't imagine I would have done that. Oh, it's not a little one, 230 pips. So 4 8 for 30.
You have your magnet on, so it probably caught on something else.
So 4 8 are 32, so 80 pips per leg. There's a big scan back there in January. So we'll see about that one, but nothing at the moment because it's come outside. To put it back on, I don't want to lose my, I'm sure I've got everything locked on, but just in case. So nothing on that at the moment on EN. Take that line off, I don't need it. And GBP USD, that's come right out the top of these extensions. And it's in an old scan. So it didn't make the median on this one. And it's in this scan back here. Oh, that's where I drew. That's me drawing a. That's I'm pretty sure. What was that I was doing there? I'm going to have to change the color on something here. Put it in yellow just to see what I'm looking at. XA. That was a second pitchfork, that one. But I can't see what is going on here. Was that another one that I did for some reason? Oh, no, I know. I've just got that's getting confusing. So let me look at I'll have to switch on my shapes. I can tidy it up, take some of them off later. I just want to pick up which scan to use. Okay. So let me come back to our current scan. And this is where you can get very confused, me included. So I'm just going to take some of this off by hiding it back again, because you don't want to be looking at all this sort of stuff. And then what I would do is, if I was looking seriously to trade, I'd come back and highlight some of the hit ones I'm hiding for today. So this is the scan it's moved out of. So I'm going to fade that, because it might come back into it. I'll leave it in white. And at the moment, it's just coming up past quarter theory on this green one. You can see that green scan is respectable. You see to the pip, it's respecting it, and along that stall out and here. So when you're picking up old scans again, and there beautifully, so it is still very valid, whether I've drawn it as a second pitchfork or off a, I just can't see exactly because I've got so much on here. I'll have to look at it later. I can't see exactly what I'm picking up there. So I need to look at it later, but I can tell it's valid because of the points it's picking up. And I'm going to fade out that now. That's that yellow one. I wouldn't normally draw anything in yellow. So that's a bit cleaner. So if we come down to the 1 minute, Nothing for us on this. And I'll just measure between there and there. So that is big. That's 105 on this old scan, which on our rules means we could take a quarter theory trade. So our trend at the moment, and I can see it stalling out on that old pitchfork there beautifully. I love it when it does that. So it's to the pip, it's touched quarter theory there. The orange has crossed over the blue and it's still on a buy. So that's saying buy. One confirmation saying buy. Quarter theory saying buy. We obviously haven't got a pitchfork because it's such a big pitchfork, this one. I can see a tiny faint line there of another pitchfork. And it's now off quarter theory by 9.2 pips. So we can put a trend line on. Actually, I was just wondering if I've got a fib there. I don't think so. That's a bit far back, isn't it?
Not in the buy direction, though.
What, from here?
Oh, well, if you go back that far, maybe.
Where were you thinking? Here?
Well, if you were thinking from where current price is to the high on the left and then that low, there to there.
Yeah, but that would only be for a sell. Past the present, high to low is for a sell. So I was looking at this for a buy. So I think we'll just put a trend line on it, Brian. Or we could look at the pivots, see what that's telling us. So the pivots, so this is doing a little bit of some kind of London to New York, our usual consolidation, reversal, retrace stuff, isn't it? Because we've got lower highs and we've got sort of lower lows here. So it's going along. So if I put a fib, let me just see if we come out to the 15-minute. So what has price done? It's just done a massive 50, 100. It's done 150 pips up since, for over 24 hours, since Asian into London yesterday. But it's just off these extensions. So question is, how far is it going to climb, isn't it? So on that 15-minute, it still looks like it's an upward trend with the orange above the blue. It was above quarter theory even on the 1 minute. And it's not in the median of this old scan, although that, old scan has been and gone, so I don't think that applies. So we'll just come down to the 1 minute. What I'll do, and I'm really not sure about this one, so I think then what I'll do is just see if I can put, if I do that fib, so you could try marking it up like this. Chance obviously is he would look at this and know exactly what to do. I'm not sure that what I'm going to do is going to work out on this one. So that's low to high, and there we have perfect 88.6 rejection up there. So if that works out in about half an hour's time, which is when New York starts to take off, then we'd be looking at it coming back down to these levels here. But we're above the 62 and above quarter theory. So I would personally, I know he said it on his session this morning, you don't have to, it depends on what you think you want to do. But but I never would get in, I certainly wouldn't get in above the 62 for a sell, and I wouldn't get in above quarter theory myself ever. So this would be 10 pip stop loss on this pair, and then your 20 pips is down to that take profit 2 at minus 27, if it's going to do that, because this is the kind of setup. Sometimes I've marked these things up and it's gone the opposite way to what I think. because we get a lot of this consolidation just ranging in the hour that I've been on this session here. There's a pitchfork going down through there. So the other way of looking at it is that it's going to carry on up, in which case it would come and retest, we would hope, retest that quarter theory. And if it does, you're then looking for a buy. So we just have to keep an eye on it and see what we think it's going to do. So that's the other way around. If it comes and retests, and that would be up to round about there, if you want to make note of those sort of points. It's all on that same 1 point. It's all on this quarter theory. Oops, that's picked up the wrong one. I was just trying to sort out my, look at that there. 1.27, which is the quarter theory. And usual stop loss and take profit just to mark it up. But if it is going up, then that's that next level, 1.27500 at 50 pip level. So we'll see which way is the right way around for this one. So what I'll do is put an alert on, just about there, change my color. And we'll move on to something else. So that's GU. What have we got next? That was that GCAD one. Come down to the 1 minute. This was a 4 hourly, so if it's 4 hourly, that means it's slow moving, which you can tell by the low volume in the candles all the way along, because this is a very fast pair. It's 10 out of 10. So 4 hourly, the long time frame plus the low volume on the candles says that, you know, and we saw that this morning, didn't we? It was stalling along for a long time before it dropped. So what have we got on this? I've switched off my, must have been because I was drawing that thing. So at the moment we've got, well, we had that break and the retest back there, but that was quite some time ago. Let's just measure this anyway. 50. And it is below the 62, but it's come above it now, and it's the quarter theory is saying sell. So it's rejected off quarter theory by 11 pips. But that, oh, well, because it's 4 hourly, slower moving, you can therefore, I think, take the break from the touch and the break from the pitchfork from further back there. Because I remember a long time ago asking Chance that question, did the break and retest count if it was further back like that? And that was 12 pips, and that was how long ago? One hour 42, because normally we'd have it much closer on our, so I think we're okay on that. Break and retest on that, under the 62, under quarter theory, but it's just coming down now. So what I'm going to start to do is take trades, but on my JFEX demo, because I said to Les, I said, oh, well, I never take them, and I'm feeling, on my sessions, I'm feeling very guilty about that. And he said, well, at least take them on demo. And I said, oh, I never thought of that. So
Sarah, remember Canadian news just went off 10 minutes ago, so the market may not have completely reacted yet.
Okay, well, in that case, we should avoid it then, shouldn't we? So I know Les trades right up until news, and I'm not adverse to doing that, but you're right, I probably wouldn't get in right at the moment, because 10 minutes ago it could start to move either way.
Well, so far I've checked a few Canadian pairs. It really hasn't seemed to have done much yet.
Oh God, oh my God. I made some instant coffee because it was quick. Number one, it's disgusting. And number 2, it's far too strong. Jeez, that's hideous. Sorry. Oh, so we'll leave that one. Do with that what you will. Disclaimer, and everyone's going to make their own minds up. So here we've got another CAD pair. Put quarter theory, right? It glitches when it goes through. It's on the 1 minute. So lovely, lovely drop down there. That's right outside the extensions now, and still very strongly coming down. That ain't going up anytime soon unless the news affects it. Let me see what scans I've got sat behind it. I can see one there. See what that one is. Change that to green. Let me just check where that, and I can see another one running through there, but they're very similar. Let me just see where that scan is. So right down there. I wonder if that one's better. I'll see which one is nearer in time. Just come out to the hourly so I can quickly see where it is. Oh, people are going to go mad when they see this. So that's the current scan we've been in. It was the sell scan all the way down. That's on the hourly. That very nice W there. Lots of news there, all the way up to the outer Fibonacci, right back down now to these ones here. And technically that should ping price back in. This pink scan is this most recent one from 26th of June. So I'm going to use that one, which is a strong one with 62 on each leg. And I'm going to get rid of this green one, which is this one. It's this one, the point of December, Christmas, that one. So, because I don't think it's that one. Right. So what I'll do is fade that one out for the moment, and I'll make that purple. And I get rid of the, I'll fade out the green because I'm not quite sure. And down here we've got a very nice very nice point which Chance was marking up this morning of quarter theory, hitting that pink pitchfork leg there. So, and that's the out of that green one I kept. It's a big scan as well. Just have a look at these. Oh, there we are. Right down there is the Fibonacci, the extensions of this scan, the pink one, which is a big scan. I'm not sure it's going to go down that far. We could have a look, see what, again, what the bankers have been doing. So there's a point right down there at 1.33000. So they haven't picked up that money yet that's sat down there. So for all we know, and as I say, Les is the expert. They could be coming right the way down here, another 50, 100, just over 100 pips to pick this money up. They're in drawdown over here. They'll want that money back. They haven't picked it up since June. So there's millions sat there. So whether they're going to push down to that now or just have another push down, then it'll go up and then try again. Okay. And let's just see if there was anything further back. That is of interest to us. Another point right down there, 21st of Feb, right down at 1.3199, call it 900, thereabouts. But there's some points down there. But this is their nearest, this spike is there. I don't know what I've still got that there for. This spike is of interest, definitely. And in fact, we can see our scans a bit clearer now, and you can see what price is doing, having come out to the hourly. So I'm definitely preferring that pink one. So I'll just fade this out, because the fewer lines you've got, the better. It does get very confusing. It's like driving in a sort of snowstorm, and just kind of your eyes start going. So back to the 1 minute then. And let's see. So I just want to mark 1.31900 was right down there. 50, 100. Oh, what point did I say was, what point did I say that last spike was? I'm not going to mark that. 1.33 thousand. That's the important one. I'm not saying it'll go that far, but it may want to push down quite a bit more. So back to the 1 minute, 1.33 is right down there. 1.33, which would be another 50, 100, 150 pips. And let me just, so at the moment we've got, we haven't really got a break and a retest. It was a big scan, this one. It was over our criteria. So again, we've got, so yes, it was 65 pips. So it's over our criteria. We can take a quarter theory trade. So we've got sell underneath the 62. We haven't got a pitchfork touch here. There's pitchfork sat up, well, there's two pitchforks sat there. And it's just coming back up to test the quarter theory. So that's saying sell. That's saying it's carrying on selling. It has dropped a lot, remember, and that is over 10 pips. But we've only got two confirmations, really, haven't we? We've got one, and we've got the 62. Got a pitchfork touch up here. 1.8 pips off. And it did a 14 pip drop there. So I don't know what else to say about this one, because I can't put a fib on that. I feel we've only got two, maybe 2.5 confirmations with that there. And I could do a trend line. I mean, it still looks to me like it's dropping. Down to here. We are now 20 minutes past that news point. The pivots are still saying down. We draw our trend line. We haven't really got much of a trend line there, have we yet? Not big enough.
If you're looking for the buy on that one there, Sarah, I'd wait till it get above the purple pitchfork at
No,
minimum.
I'm not. I'm looking at a sell.
Oh, okay.
I just did that to see if we would get this. See if we're going to get that break and a retest and down as it's come back up here. That's what I was thinking. Do you think something different?
Oh, no. I thought you might have been drawing it up thinking you're going to get a trend reversal off a quarter theory.
Oh, I see. No, because I've got that, and because of what we just looked at, I'm thinking it's going to drop more, but because of that bankers stuff, the other side. And look how strong look at the gap between price and the 62. There's still a big gap and quite a strong downward momentum. Sometimes I have this bad habit of elongating my charts to make me think it looks like it's going down more, which I know probably is completely ridiculous, but it's a little foible of mine. I mean, that's still very solid, isn't it?
Very much so. Yeah, and even if you jump up to 5 minute or 15 minute, it's doesn't look like it's going to turn around anytime soon. It hasn't stalled out anywhere or consolidated or anything.
There we are. Touches down the 62.
So I don't know if you've got anything drawn up on CAD JPY, but I've got a similar situation on that one.
Oh, okay. We'll have a look. We'll leave this one for the moment.
It's broken, retested, but not quite of 10 pips. It's got a Fibonacci 618 touch on it, trend line, and 62s underneath.
Lovely.
For the buy.
So that's a nice break and retouch, and it's just touching the pitchfork again. So it just we need it to come above that 62, don't we?
I did a Fibonacci from that little low there to the top. The breakout is, I think it lands perfectly on 618 on my screen anyway.
Lovely. Right, let's put that on. Yeah, it's just wicking off that, isn't it? There. Right. So let me just come out to the 15-minute. So still a very strong upward direction on the orange. We've got buy scan going on here, these white lines. From that D point, 10th of July. $114, 25, and here we are up at the median, so we can be taking a buy or a sell now. So it still looks like it's strongly going up then, doesn't it? And it should be if it's a buy scan. That's on the 5 minutes. Let's come back to our 1 minute. And here it is just coming up again. So have we got 3 confirmations? We've got pitchfork break, pitchfork touch 1, break and retest 2, and we just wanted above the 62 then, don't we? And we've got the fib. Does everyone agree with that? So if I put a long position on at the 62, it's just giving us a sell candle at the moment. So you do want a buy candle. I've never understood, Brian, why the scale on some things is so different. Is it to do with the value of price?
What do you mean the scale?
Well, this is like a really big slider bar. Yeah, if I'll go on EN or something, it's tiny. Or is it just to do with the scale of my charts?
Well, it's also it's dependent on the pairs themselves, right? You know, JPY pairs don't move very much. Another thing you can do, I just remembered, is you can click on the auto button below the price scale there.
This is a buy, by the way, now.
Yeah. And then in conjunction with that last tip I gave you there, it'll make your charts nice and happy.
Right. CAD JPY, I'll do a buy.
You got your trading platform visible here, right?
No, this is my demo account, JFX. I haven't been on it for ages.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Yeah,
thank you. Brian said, Les said, I said, oh, I never take them and my IT man's coming this week. And he said, I haven't got in on that very exact, have I? 7, I was talking, 79679. It's just gone down now. Hang on, settings. 79672. 572. 872.
Justin is cautioning for the 1 hour fake out since we're at the top of the hour too, right?
Well, that is a very good point. And I'm being a bit sloppy because I'm on the demo, so that's minus 3.5. That's on the hourly. Let me come to there. Put it on the 1 minute. I do this on my Pepperstone as well. I just like the SAR flip on because I just like the visual, but it is a lagging indicator, so I don't use it for entries. That's just coming down below the 62 now, but I am on the 1 minute, and it, as Justin said, it's the coming up to the hour. So this is a good lesson for us, isn't it? What was the price I got? 79,687. So a little bit higher up. Off that 62 at the time, minus 4.6. That's not funny. God, the little sod, look at that. Hopefully it will turn around. That's good. Wick.
Well, we're right at the top of the hour this minute.
Yeah. And before we go, I'll just check that other setup that we weren't sure of. Because Les is on, I don't want to interrupt Les. He's doing HFX, which I want to go on. So on the hourly, we've got we've got wicks. So at least it wasn't an engulfing green candle, and it started as a buy candle on the new hourly. Now let's see what we're doing now. I'll just come back that way, can't I? That's looking better, I hope. Oh, it didn't seem to do it the way I wanted to. I thought it would just take me back to where I was. Right, that is coming up now. So we have got the 62 and the pitchfork in our red box, stopping us from being taken out. It did drop down though off that 61, but it was hourly. It's got a not very pleasant wick there, but hopefully it'll carry on working its way up. So as you know, those are we tend to use these when we put a fib on. What profit zone 1, 2, and 3, or your next levels up are always, we're looking for price to move between the levels. And then this is just my particular way of working. I always put 2 horizontal lines on, and I just always have those particular, I use them as slider bars, and then I've got slider bars on my pepperstone. But I use these to run my stop profit, and I clone that. So on this pair, that would go up at 10, 672, 772, goes up at 10 pips. And then I put my add alert on, and I do write something in on here, which I don't bother to do when I'm doing the other markups, stop profiting. And that reminds me when that alert goes off, that I need to put it to 1 pip stop profit for risk-free trade. So at the moment that's hovering around the pitchfork. So I just wanted to come back to the one we were at before we go, see what that's doing, and that's coming up there, as Brian said. It's come above the 62, although it's below that 1 minute trend there. Even if you pull it out like that. So I don't know what that one's going to do, and I want to. So just before I go, I'm very sorry, Brian, to say what I'm going to say, and I'd like to explain the reason. I'm going to move my live sessions. I was only ever doing London, New York crossover because that's the slot available in the Ninjas. I'm going to go to London session at 9 AM Monday, Thursday. Stick to Fork Friday's usual time for the reviews, chat, coffee, and bring your charts and back testing. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, when Chance is on, I shall do 9 AM UK time when he's finished. So this is because I want to go on Jenna's Go Live TV calls lunchtime Tuesday and Wednesday, which Les has told me about. I have seen an interview with her. She's a young single mum in her 20s in Australia, and she's absolutely superb at the banker strategy. And Les said, rather than me grind my way through the trade house stuff, which I can look at any time, go on her sessions because she's actually doing it. So I want to be doing that Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I'm sorry, Brian, you're going to have to, you know, you don't want to go back to work. You're going to have to change your sleep schedule. You're not going to go back to work. You're going to, we'll get you 2 and 3, we'll get you trading, we'll get you motoring, pardon the pun. Stay at home, you know that's what you want to do. So thanks very much. I don't know if we've got anything in the chat.
No, it was just regarding the tip that Warren gave out.
Okay, is that it then?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'll stop recording.